Hey, comment ça va? Premier arrivé, premier servi. Ou ils disent, qu'ils disent, oui. Mon œil, man. À soir, là, je chialerai pas, je suis en onde. Je suis en direct. Puis je suis bien content. La misère avec les lumières, quand je monte la lumière, la densité. J'ai mangé du soupe au pois, man. Soupe au pois a bouché mes yeux. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je fasse, man? C'est pas pizza, c'est pas soupe au pois. Je pourrais pas rien manger. I don't give a shit, you know. That's life. Shit happens, comme qu'ils disent. You'll be the only one here tonight, anyways. Probablement. Probably. Soupe au pois. Tu es déjà arrivé que de soupe au pois te bouche les yeux? Les yeux. Andromeda Native, hello in the house. Thank you very much for being here. Leia, how's it going? Hey, you guys have some cool things. Hi. Hi. Comment ça va, Dam Dam? How's it going? We have some cool information. Of course, I was looking around in the space news. Now, for some reason, my eyes are sensitive to light. Maybe I'm a vampire. Maybe I'm a vampire. Lisa B in the house. Thanks for coming back, guys. I am Kai. Hey, how's it going, brother? Missed you, man. It was a very scary long week. I was very worried about the channel. Like anybody when their online full-time job disappears sometimes. Focusing in. His Highness. Thanks a lot for being here. Hey, Stewie Brooks. Hey, welcome. Hey, listen, thank you very much again for being a member, you guys. Welcome back, Bruce. I miss you too, man. Thanks a lot. Still going through your entire catalog. Haven't skipped a beat. That is super cool. And thanks. And as lots of the mods mentioned, Julie mentions, and everyone, thanks for binge watching. I know a lot of people go through some of the videos. When you're as interested as I am in the findings and everything that's going on. Hey, back in 2019, apparently Beetlejuice, something happened at Beetlejuice that's absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, something right now is happening to Beetlejuice. Hey, Azzy, thank you so much. Zyachevsky, thank you very much. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I really appreciate it. Norma C, thank you so much. I love you, sister. Thanks a lot, Norma C, for everything, too. You rock. I should be back now, Norma C. Everything should be back to normal. If I am Kai, I got my wrench back. You shouldn't have lost it, Andromeda. I can't see it here. I'm on StreamYard, and for some silly reason, I can't give wrenches here or see who has one. I don't even know who's a mod. Let me know, though, if there's a problem. I'll double check in the settings. Eliaus was the same thing. He was blocked even at one point or something. He had no wrench. So I go back into the settings to fix it. No one believes me anyways, Andromeda. People come here, they lose a wrench, and they go, oh, fuck, he took away my bloody wrench. But I didn't take it away. And let me know if it happens again. I'll try to fix the situation or check it all out. I have a very hard time with the lights right now. It is so funny. It must be a screen time, a screen burn. I don't get it. I'm not trying to guess anymore. I had some pea soup this evening and my two eyes sealed up. And since after the stream, I've been compressing them with rags. It's hell. I don't even know why. You think it's allergies, but then one day I say, oh, it's the allergies. And one day I say, oh, it's the damn screen time. And I never really know what it is, but just very, very hard sometimes with the bright light, but I'll turn the lights down a little bit. Rich Billman, how's it going? Yes, and I will listen. It was an amazing short article that said exactly about the new findings of what's going on with Beetlejuice. We're talking really, really serious events that are occurring, a strange phenomenon that they do not understand that is occurring elsewhere in space, but at the same time, I think in the constellation of Bootis, there's something going on. A supernova. NASA wants to go see somewhere and witness with a probe. They're spending billions of dollars to go out there and see supernovas and black holes. Try to believe that. I doubt it. There must be some other thing in the background. But apparently Beetlejuice You've heard of coronal mass ejections. Well, imagine a solar mass ejection, the size of 40,000 times bigger than the largest coronal mass ejection on the sun. It let go in 219. In 219, when they said there was something massive in front of Betelgeuse, it was a part of Betelgeuse. The entire chromosphere, well, not the entire chromosphere, but a hell of a big part of it, like 40% of it, came off of Betelgeuse. It formed dusts and whatnot. And they said, apparently, it's still trying to get back from what happened to it, the incredible catastrophic explosion. I imagine it would have, I mean, could you imagine if that would have happened on the sun and hitting Earth? I mean, that's pretty incredible. Stars destroy planet-sized objects like Neptune when they go by it. A planet-sized asteroid or planet would go by a star for the first time. It would absolutely absorb the entire atmosphere around it. These are things that they're talking about. I'm looking in that smart area where a lot of smart people hang out online, where I dare not talk because I don't understand their language. And I'm understanding a whole lot of new things about, well, it's basically the new that's happening in space. The microwave satellites now, the size of fridges that are going to be out there, the cyber and warfare that the military, the army in the United States of America just said this afternoon, and as of the 9th of August, want to really invest a lot of time and obviously money into preparing for information wars. They say that the future of war will be in space and into the space and cyber domains. There will be no more surface wars, and everything is hackable. Those satellites with direct energy weapons are hackable because of the programs. They have programs in the bases here, military institutions that are watching over them. The satellites can be hacked through those programs. And it's something that they're very worried about because obviously we're in the hack wars. Internet, everyone gets hacked. The government themselves are getting hacked. And it's going to be a problem of the future. In a way, the internet wasn't that good of an idea, was it? For the government, anyways. What else? DARPA is doing projects. They're going to be doing a project with many space associations to try and find a new way through laser communications and the satellites of communicating the satellites together, because apparently these civil and commercial satellites are not connected to the government and secret project satellites, but they want to connect them all together. Long story short, they want to know everything about you. They want to tag you and microchip you eventually in the future. It's going to happen. They want to follow your every move. They're finding unique ways of interesting your children into applications on their telephones, which are actually monitoring their heart rates, monitoring their whereabouts. And for whatever the reason, because they're testing in the inevitability of what's going to happen in the future, I give it 30 years. I think now they realistically have reanalyzed the amount of time that's going to take for everyone to be chipped, and maybe mindsets will have to change in the future for sure, if they do it all. 2050 would probably be a time, which I won't be too worried. I'll be, old enough to be on my way out soon, unless they fix us before we get to 2050. Look at it the way you want. We're pretty advanced. Stewie Brooks, I can't thank you enough. Thanks for the generous contributions, my guys. Wow. God, thanks, man. Thank you very much, Stewie Brooks, and for being a member, 2Man and everything. If you guys are here, you're contributing so much to the channel. But the future is looking scary, especially with the artificial programs and everything that's coming in. But yeah, Beetlejuice apparently went, like they say, it's going to go supernova in like a million years, right? I don't know. It might be before that. Unfortunately, Rich Spillman, thanks again for being here. Unfortunately, they don't know what's happening. Everything's unknown. There's no documentation of what happens with the sun. I don't think they have it, or they do, and they're not telling us about it. Yeah, I'll get into that real quick, Andromeda. Thanks again for being here, Andromeda. And everyone, we have Chickadee in the house. Oh, I know you do. I know you do. But it's still friggin' annoying that somebody has control over me. I'm subscribed to all these little girl channels. I'm in trouble. I don't know what to do. I can't get out of them. I'm subscribed to kids all over the internet, and I can't unsubscribe from them. I'm not kidding you. You look at the channels I'm subscribed to. Why the hell is he subscribed to that little girl that's at her ballerina class? You know, I mean, it's troubling. It's worrying. Talk about hacks. Talk about artificial programs. No one will have control over anything anymore, pretty much. Hey, I'm Kai. Thanks so much, brother, for stopping by to say hi. I appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing evening with your family. Good luck to you. I hope you have a nice visit, man. Thank you, Ezzy. I hope I pronounced that right, Ezzy. And I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Yes. I'm fixed now. Yeah, but she said she didn't have it at one point, and that's happens a lot with a lot of people. That's why I said let me know if it goes down again. It's some of the mods have a wrench, Norma. See, some of the mods have it, a wrench to take down some of the trolls. The ones with the wrenches can take down the trolls and, um, stop people from writing bad stuff. But most of the mods warn the people ahead of time and stuff. So that's really, really cool. We all know we can't really talk about C19 and stuff here. It's very, very limited. I can't talk about it. I just got a medical misinformation strike, so I'm not going to. Just by simply posting a video of Bill Gates, by the way, that's why I've been missing and gone for a couple of days. But I'm so happy to see you all back, and I'm very sorry for that gap, that 1 week gap. I can't promise it won't happen again, but in general, I'm being good, so I don't think it will happen again. Stewie Brooks, thanks so much, man. Again, Peter Hyde, thanks, man. Welcome back. Thank you, brother. Thanks. Kept 20 bucks. My gosh. Felt that he had not given last week. What? Mr. Hyde, very, very generous contributions, and I appreciate you being here. I love you for it. Thanks for the amazing support. It really is all thanks to the contributions that I'm still here. The little bit the ads are giving, I'm not doing much, but aside from the whole the trolls rolling back, hackers rolling back the numbers, it's very concerning. So I greatly appreciate all of you here. The thumbs up also really helps. And Astral Kush was here last stream. I did not see him, did not have a chance to say hello and thank him, but thanks to everyone for the thumbs up. Thanks a lot, you guys, for the major support. Yeah, sensitivity to light. Today it's horrible. And I mean, really horrible. Like, it makes me want to be sick when I look into the light. It happens. Sounds weird, eh? hope I'm not sick if I go to heaven. Hey, I wanted to go up, but I just couldn't see anything. Screw that. I'm staying here on this side. And watch on PS4 and have visit them. Yeah, damn right. I'm Kai. Thanks a lot, man. And again, a nice shout out to your family. A nice hello on my behalf. Wobana, how's it going? Hello, Bruce, mods, and family. Nice to see you all back. Thanks, Wobana, for coming by. As always, Lindsay Shaw's in the house. How's it going? Evening to you. Happy to be here. Thanks a lot. Hugs from Connecticut. Hugs back, Lindsay, and thanks again for being here. Adios, Darla Mods. Thank you so much. Maybe it is, says Leia, the combination of the screen and allergies. It could very, very well be. Could very well be. Because as long as I stay up late and, but there's no, excess drinking or friggin' doping up and stuff that should be getting me like this. Maybe I should start. I don't know. But there's definitely something with the eyes. I know for a fact it was definitely allergies at one point because right now I'm behind. There's a field of those flowers here in Canada, the white flowers that are the most worst for allergies, that you can't touch them and it burns the skin. And there are over 100,000 of them in the back. Well, no, but about 10,000 of them. The whole field is filled with it. If you're poor here in Canada and you buy a big piece of land, you don't have to cut your grass. The neighbors can bitch all they want. and call the town is going to tell you something like, well, we don't know the name of the person that bought the land. That's what they told me. So as for the system, I'll be off once in a while to fix the eye, but aside from that, I'll be good. I'll be able to make the stream, I hope. Well, hello. Hello. Yeah, boy, these iMac Pros are really bright. I'm trying to bring the light down. Maybe the light will help if I bring it up. But Bruce, do you trust what NASA tells us? I don't. I'll tell you what. Excuse me, guys. I don't trust 100% what they're saying. That's for sure. But in general, when NASA talks, they're talking about temperature and degrees and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's all pretty legit. They're talking about stuff, except for when they're talking about water on the moon. Of course, they're doing a project right now trying to analyze the water in the surface of Mars. Apparently, subterranean water. So they say 300 feet down, there's water, but the water didn't evaporate. It actually transformed into a mud-like clay. They call it cement. Like cement something that it was like it's become cement sedative or something that all the water is held inside of that clay. I'll tell you what, in the past, they said there were oceans on the moon, on probably the moon, yeah, on Mars in the past, that's for sure. And for them to be talking about the water so much like that and to be analyzing whether there's water on Mars, on the moon, and not just on the moon, you guys know it, the supergiant, Titan, and all these other places where they found oceans, rivers, and atmosphere, clouds. And they're not talking necessarily in great detail about all the findings, but I'm telling you, His Highness says he's a big boy. There he is, Alpha Kush. Thanks for being here, you guys. I love you for all the support and the amazing support and help. And a thumbs up, Alpha Kush, and everything, you guys. Thank you so very much. We must be vaporized. Yes. The stats. Hello to you and beautiful peeps. Thank you very much, Julie, for being here. Nice to see you. Yes. Hey, Rich Spillman, thank you very much, brother. Yeah, thanks for being here, you guys, and thanks for the generous support. Shirley can tell Bruce is happy. I tried. I'm always happy. The worse things get, the happier I get. Do you guys do that? When you see shit's really happy, you're like, it's going to be okay. You start doing that stupid laughing and everything's going to be all right. Right? Yeah, well, that's about what my life is all about. So when I see shit happen, I think that's where we're all at. You look at the news today, you see another friggin' murder or killing, and you turn around and going, no, again. I mean, it's sad, but it's gotten to that point where when bad things like that are happening every single day and people are going, oh, again, changing the subject, changing the channel. It's like, wow. That's how we are as humans. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Should I say it 3 times? I dare not talk in most people's mantra lately. That's how it is. A lot of people are. I'm so open-minded. There's nothing you guys could say, gals could say to insult me. More, I take it as I heckle. Thanks, Julie. Yes. Yeah, and a lot of the mods, a lot of you guys have amazing channels. Darla, especially Julie too, with the gators and everything. I just love stopping by your channels. Many reasons video talk to me a lot. Some videos do, yeah. Some videos get to they're right aligned with a certain thought process that we have, and sometimes it has a lot more meaning. It is scary. Thanks again, Stewie Brooks. You guys rock. Hello, Earthlings. Can't thank you enough, Julie. Thanks for the support, you guys. Lisa Eckerly says, my granddaughter is confused this year because they're not teaching anything about history at all. Whoa. Wow. That is incredible. But I'll tell you what, you see that they're changing all the history, eh? Who did they take out this morning? William Shakespeare. Now, William Shakespeare had to do with race. See, the theme is, for some reason, somebody wants to make money with this. I don't know why. There's two subjects that popped up 3 years ago: Black people, racism, and white people. Black, white, race, China, whatever. Racism and transgenderism. Those are two things. The past 2 years, they've been bombarding us with a whole bunch of acceptance when most of us, if not all of us, already accepted all these people. I accepted it many years ago. I just never went out and start looking for them. I don't know why people are aiming them like that, but there's certain agendas that have come out. Something happened, CNN is one of them. CNN announces there was racism in, I think, Africa the other day. White man killed a black man or something like that. CNN's on it. I wish they were honest and showed all the people that die, all the different colors of people that die every day. It must be sad. There's lots of them. That's a little morbid, though. Hey, C5 Circle. C5 Circle in the house. Thanks, man. Backass words. Weird world. Wasabi and blessings. Thank you very much, Bruce and all. Thanks a lot, you guys. Hello, Gate Smasher. Hoorah, in the house. Nice to see you, brother. Really is at a house. Comme toi matin, like you all guys. I mean, thank you so much. Ça paraît vraiment bien. It shows so much. Robert, Mr. Robert Colford, another guitarist. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Colford. Nice to see you, brother. Hope everything's well. Sammy M in the house. Whoop. Darla was right. She mentioned in the comment a couple hours ago that everything was lagging. I see things lagging. Yeah. Like Darla just said, hey, Sammy M, how's it going? Yeah, I think so, Mr. Colford. That the chipping of people. I mean, now it's a new concept, but it's not just a concept. It's actually in the works. And I guess there's a lot of experiments that were done and some subjects that were voluntary subjects that actually have the chip in them. They're going to make them feel great because they want people, to know that the chip is good. But it's just a scary thought because it always comes down to what could they do to you with that chip. Like, I mean, I can go far, but it's not that far. I think you all pretty much agree with me that, I just see them all the way into controlling bank accounts, maybe, stopping your chip from working. So if you go into a store to buy products, but I don't know, you're wanted by the police, they'll just turn off that chip. So when you go into a store, it'll say, call authorities now, be quiet, don't make a scene, dial 621 now. We will know where you are. The satellites can control everything now already. And that's the scary part. It really is a scary part. So the debris that we caused here and all the wars and everything and shit that we left lying around, we're going to do it in space. That's what's coming. 219 surface mass ejection, pop the top off. Beetlejuice. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. And that's what I want to top off. That's what I want to talk about. And that's exactly what happened. And that was where I read it. I don't know if you're go to phys.org, but that's where I was. looking at some space news, and let me tell you that the quantity of energy that was exerted when Betelgeuse let off like that doesn't surprise me that we're seeing lunar waves. 219, I saw the lunar wave. 220, 221, I think even also. This is certain years that I've been seeing more and more lunar waves. But the last double wave that I got was it was probably 2021, actually. 2020, 2021. I'd have to look. I don't even know anymore. They're talking about also, have you guys heard of magnetic phase separation? That's what they're going to be making oxygen for the astronauts going to the moon and on Mars. And I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but there's a lot of exciting things that they're talking about. They're talking about ways for them to be able to breathe on the moon for lunar exploration, and obviously for them to go into the caves instead of having this big heavy equipment, right? They're going to need to be small. They're not going to get through holes like that with that big ass equipment they had on them, whether they went or not. Are they going to be able to land? Are they going to be able to land for the first time? There's going to be a lot of, I feel blessed because I think we are the generation that are going to witness the first moon landing. Think of it. Don't forget, if they didn't go, we're maybe actually going to witness the first moon landing, or we're going to witness another maybe fake moon landing. Maybe a cinematographer like Stanley Kubrick, as good as Stanley Kubrick, is going to make another moving. So making oxygen with magnets could help astronauts breathe easily. A potentially better way to make oxygen for astronauts in space using magnetism has been proposed by the international team of scientists, of course, including a University of Warwick chemists, magicians. The conclusion is from new research on magnetic phase separation. Of course, magnetic phase separation, right? Obviously, whatever the hell that is, in microgravity. So there was a book that was published, and of course, some bright people, blah, 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 blah. Keeping astronauts breathing aboard the International Space Station and other space vehicles apparently is a complicated and very costly process, as human plans for future missions to the moon or Mars, better technology will be needed. And they're also talking about extraterrestrial cement, because now they're going to need to build right off the bat. The first landing pad is definitely what they're going to be building. And they're going to have the cement. The cement, they're going to have to do tests to see if the dust, which is apparently like fiberglass filled with glass and stuff, if it's going to be solid enough to have a surface and to hold a rocket, and also to withstand all the debris and the heat and everything, that the intensity of from these rockets going up. They're going to need special chemical reaction that's going to bind the rock and whatever sedatives, whatever they're on the moon, the dust together, and to form cement that would be strong enough. That was some really interesting stuff. But aside from that, the Beetlejuice one here I wanted to read. It's short. You won't find it boring. It was very interesting. Hubble, they say, sees, and this would be in 219, the supergiant Betelgeuse slowly recovering after blowing its top. And when I say blowing its top, I mean blowing its top, guys. Literally blowing its top. You know, the pulses now that they've been getting for hundreds of years from Betelgeuse and been registering in data doesn't exist anymore. The star has completely changed. And there's other phenomena that's occurring now. Analyzing data from NASA's, it's very interesting. We're talking about Betelgeuse and the reason why, for those some of you must remember when they said that Betelgeuse was disappearing. And then at one point they said that there was something massive in front of Betelgeuse. They didn't know what it was. Some thought it was a spaceship, which it still could be, but hey, it let out one hell of a piece. So analyzing data from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and several other observatories. See, we spoke about this before, like Andromeda, or somebody mentioned. Bruce, do you trust, not Andromeda, but the other person, do you trust what NASA says? Obviously, with a grain of salt, I'm very careful with what they say, but when they're talking about Betelgeuse, and they're talking about temperatures and what's going on in space, of course, if we don't listen to see what they're talking about, we wouldn't find out what they're doing. Of course, there could be some information, lies, or things that they're leaving out But I think they must be very careful what they say, because there's so many scientists around the world that if they were to say something as a lie, temperature wise, they'd probably get caught. But are they lying about moon and new terms? I believe so. Saying that there's eject on the surface of the moon is absolutely ridiculous. I don't even see any craters on the moon. If not, they would have all been dropped overhead. So Hubble Space Telescope, speaking of Betelgeuse, and several other observatories, we're talking about big telescopes, not little Bruce telescopes, astronomers have concluded that the bright red supergiant star Betelgeuse quite literally blew its top in 2019, losing, this is scary, a substantial part of its visible surface. Okay, like, I mean, boom, like the whole friggin' part of the planet, star, planet lifted up, whatever. So Betelgeuse quite literally blew its top in 2019, losing a substantial part of its visible surface. I think a part of the chromosphere too. We'll see that a little bit later, and producing a gigantic surface mass ejection, an SME, not a coronal mass ejection. Coronal mass ejections out in the corona. This one's from the surface. It left part of the planet, part of the star. Part of its visible surface, and producing a gigantic surface mass ejection on Betelgeuse, CME, SME, surface mass ejection. This is something never before seen in a normal star's behavior. It's not something they've ever documented with all the stars that they've been looking at since the beginning of time, and literally since the beginning of time, has never been documented. The sun routinely blows off parts. Now we're talking about the sun. Parts off its teeniest outer atmosphere, the corona, like I said just before, in an event known as a coronal mass ejection, CME. But Betelgeuse surface mass ejection blasted off 400 billion times as much mass as a typical CME. 400 billion times, guys. That's incredible. The monster star is still slowly recovering. We're going into 2023 and it's still recovering. The monster is still recovering from this catastrophic upheaval to its surface. Betelgeuse continues doing some very unusual things. We have Andrea Dupree, so Center of Astrophysics, Harvard and Smithsonian. So it's not just anybody talking about this stuff where I'm getting the information. Right now, the interior of the planet, of the star, is bouncing, which never did before. And again, Andrea Dupree said that these new observations yield clues as to how red stars lose mass late in their lives as their nuclear fusion furnaces burn out before exploding as supernovae. So is this what's happening with the sun? Scary as hell. It could be a major blast coming from the sun from here leading up to 2025. The amount of mass loss significantly affects their fate, the stars, obviously. However, Betelgeuse's surprisingly petulant behavior is not evidence the star is about to blow up anytime soon. So the mass loss event is not necessarily the signal of an imminent explosion. So you see, we just read the information. Now, what they're saying is just their opinion there. You could take it with a grain of salt. They explained what happened and they said there's no imminent danger, but they just told you that they've never seen this phenomena before. But don't worry, there's no danger. So you get an idea of that. This includes, okay, that's pretty much it. They said it was caused by a convective plume, of course, those darn convective plumes, more than 1 million miles across, bubbling up from deep inside the star. So now this is their theory, right? With why this happened. It produced shocks and pulsations that blasted off the chunk of the photosphere, leaving the star with a large, cool surface area under the dust cloud that was produced by the cooling piece of photosphere. Betelgeuse is now struggling to recover from its injury. Okay. They can say anything they want on that side. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit much. Andromeda native, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks, you guys. And thanks again, Stewie. So that was Beetlejuice. That was interesting. The magnetic breathing was also cool. The extraterrestrial cement they're going to have to find on the moon. So it is interesting because they're talking about it. They're talking about going to the surface of the moon, and they're going to have to build cement, to make roads and whatnot to be able to get around. That's totally funny because in a way, that's what we already see that's there. So are they going to wait 20 years and just say, well, most of these roads that you're looking at, we built them all here, but I think they're just going to be maybe revamping up old bases or using all the structuring that's already there. That would be a hell of a good way of saving money. And here's a very concerning one: is that the Army is looking at all new ways to use space technology for unconventional warfare. It's not something you want to hear because it's always about war. Wars in the future, they say, the American Army says, this is Space Command, will be fought in space and in the cyber domains. So that's what they're saying. They're also worried about the increase in solar activity that will result in more atmospheric drag on the satellites, thus taking all the spacecraft down out of space. And they're going to add this, thus causing a lot more stupid debris to be around the planet. That's just not too good. Richard Crooks in the house. Thanks a lot, man. My coworker's 16-year-old nephew wants to be a girl. He changed his name to Sky. Wow. Well, listen, on top of it, I am totally all for the people that are doing that on their own and stuff. But now, what is giving the right to those people to have access to other jobs and stuff? You see what they're doing in the States. That's crazy stuff there. I saw a guy on CNN broadcasting, I think it was CNN, and the next day he was a woman and he was in charge of, medical. Army. You know who I'm talking about, with the long hair. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing the changes and stuff like that, but something happened, like they went literally radical with it. In a relationship, me with a girl, I don't have sex on park benches. I don't know why they will be allowed to do so. It's the parades with one, and we should have straight parades. Hey, I'm straight. Walk around naked, of course, because that's what we're permitted to do when we're doing parades, I guess now. And including the kids in that too now. It's really getting to me. Thanks again, our skies today, for being here. Brad Thurkel in the house. Nice to be back, man. Yeah, I know. I was a bad boy posting a video about Gil Bates. Hey, wow. Hernandez. Thanks a lot, my friend. Love you guys. I really appreciate that. Atlantic City. Thanks. Just finished listening to the first one you did today. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Tammy. Love you for it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I was worried. Everyone disappeared. It's like there was nobody around. I said, oh my gosh, what's going on? Expect many new technological breakthrough introduction. Hey, Alpha Kush, I'm mind blown with everything that they're talking about, all the new stuff that they're talking about now and the breakthroughs. And also in medicine, it's that after the lefts and the elites, what they're doing, if we beat them, all the good healing is going to arrive. We'll be able to heal the world. From what I heard is 2026, and that's still a little far off, but there's lots going on from from now to then. But yeah, Alpha Kush, it's incredible. The new, what else do they have? There's a Capella Space to offer. Let me see what this one was. That was an interesting one too, I think. Improved image resolution. So it's a new type of satellite. So we're talking about better quality too. It's a new generation satellite of synthetic aperture radar. Remember, I was talking about radar satellites the other day, and somebody said, "What the hell are you talking about? That doesn't exist." It does now, since only today. They call it Acadia, if you want to look at it. It's to launch in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, 2023. Fridge-sized microwave satellites. Also, I'm always keeping a little up to date, basically, to find out with anything new in the satellite domain, because I'm outside observing anything maybe we can possibly see. But like I said, I'm always mentioning the size of the satellites I'm talking about. This one's pretty big, the size of a fridge-sized microwave satellites will be launched in 2022. So that's this year, in a couple of months, probably, to monitor global weather. Again, that's just what they're saying. Space debris is a problem. We have Space Command established in 2019. Okay, listen to this. The Space Command established in 2019 to start monitoring debris in the States, right? And who are they? I think that's just the Space Command. Yeah, military. Anyways, so the Space Force or whatnot. So they're following 27,000 objects back in 2019 when they started following it. And the military started tracking these objects, to help with the space station. And now a bit to stop, to help the traffic also, because that's another thing they mention out there. Now there's a lot of traffic and debris. Why in 3 years is there so much traffic now as compared to back in the day when there shouldn't be space traffic? There's nothing out there. But anyways, aside from what they're sending out, Capstone, some probes, whatnot. But yeah, 27,000 objects were being tracked 3 years ago. And as of today, now they need help, and they need a better system, obviously, because they're tracking 47,000 objects. So they went from 27,000 to 47,000 objects in less than 3 years, or about 3 years. To give you an idea, they're tracking all those objects out there. So what are all those objects that they are tracking? I'm pretty sure they're not just tracking a little thing like this there, or something the size of a pen. These could be objects that are pretty big, maybe, But if I'm not mistaken, there's some the size of a fist, as some are the size of football fields. Lots of debris out there. That's a little, I guess we can say that it is definitely something that's concerning. With anything else interesting? Yeah, with the magnetism also making the astronauts breathe on the moon and doing tests. I mean, how much are they going to be telling us? I don't know, but I really damn hope that they're going to be really, letting us see stuff. And hey, Brian Words, good to see you back. Thanks, man. I appreciate being back. Bruce, talk to my contact. Take my contact studies offline now, mate. But I still post on low key. Yes, sir. YouTube mashed the quality. Oh yeah, bro. That's something that happens. The quality of the videos, even if you upload in 8K, you don't get the bloody proper viewing. And when people go to view your posts, they're stuck viewing your shit in 420p or 320p. It happens to me a lot. I don't mention it enough for people to do that. So I put my last vid for my own safety. Well, good for you, man. But get it up on, I don't know, I guess on another platform, or like you say, you'll be keeping it low key, or maybe some other platforms have better quality. But I'm sorry that happens. That's like my moon videos, man. The closer I zoom in to show you guys stuff, well, the more it's going to be maybe a bit blurry on YouTube. None of you have seen my research with the original videos. If you think my stuff is clear when I'm posting it here, you should see the original videos of the moon, which, by the way, last night I did go and film the moon. Well, I didn't go to the moon to film it. I was out in the balcony. Been watching the moon down in the south for the past week, pissing me off, staying low in the sky, always in the same region. So I was able to get the super moon, because, by the way, we have a big ass super moon that was based on Barb Weiss and a bunch of you that told me very close, looked very close, and even orangey to the surface. When it's close to the horizon, you're going to see it orange, like the sun when the sun's setting. And that's a big story, eh? They say it's because of scattering light and the blue light, and your eye can't see the blue, and a whole bunch of reasons why they say that the different colors of the sun. But lo and behold, it's not the sun actually changing colors, right? We'll probably never know that. Lisa B, thank you so much, Lisa. Peter Hyde, everyone, thanks for generous contributions. Yeah, Lisa, we have an amazing community here, and I think it's because we remain small. We really are an online family. It's the same amazing people that come back. Brian Words, thanks again, man. Sugar Bee in the house. Thank you so much. It's nice to be back, Sugar Bee. I was really worried. Z Spin, thanks for being members, you guys. I know YT has AI for live auto keyword sensors in chat now. Thanks for sharing that, man. Yeah, and apparently DARPA was working on programs for that online to develop ways of detecting between the line talking. So in other words, when somebody comes on and says Gil Bates was a real, well, that computer will know that they're really talking about Bill Gates and not Gil Bates. So they develop these listen, I don't know if they're sentient now, because now there's sentient artificial intelligent programs, which the guy just lost his job that recently admitted that he said that the Google, the AI application that is learning online all the time. So I guess these applications develop their minds, literally digital minds, and they become 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 20-year-olds. They grow, and they're sentient beings, literally sentient computers or droids or whatever you want to call them. But it's scary stuff. To take over the world, right? I think they would need help to take over the world, because in reality, artificial intelligence is not impressive yet. Like when you see a robot and goes, "Hi, ask me about Antarctica," and then they start telling you all about Antarctica. Oh my God, robots are smart. We're putting programs in these robots and making them say what we want them to say. We make mouths look like they're real and stuff. But when a robot starts being able to answer you a question that it thinks of itself to be able to answer you properly the question, that's where they become sentient and intelligent, and that's where it gets really scary. Damn right, Lisa. Agreed with you. Tommy Langley, thanks, man. Thanks for coming back all the time, you guys. And for those who didn't know, I was down a week's time because of a Gil Bates video I posted on the members side. Some of you saw it. I think there's 50 members that saw the video. It was badass. Darla, was my video badass? I wouldn't dare post that one again. It revealed everything, literally talking about the Depop and everything. It was pretty bad. Hernandez, thanks again, brother. Hope everything's okay, Simon. Yeah, in a way, some of us are Andromeda. You're right about that. You see how it's slow, right? You see how what we went through was devastating, but it's weird. Stuff I can't say now. That pisses me off. But I see what they're doing. I saw what they've been doing since day one. I see that they're controlling people's minds, and I believe it now. It's scaring the shit out of me. And when I'm watching a program, sometimes whether it be paranoia or not, I have the tendency of realizing that sometimes there's some subliminal messages that I'm realizing now as they go by. And it's true. I'm telling you, it's true. The other day I was here. What was I doing? Commercial went by for some dark chocolate. Never see dark chocolate commercial. I laughed because when I went to the grocery store to pick up my list of food items for the month or the week, whatever, the other day, I didn't pick up the chocolate, but I remember looking at it and saying, But the only reason why it was, is because on the commercial, they have this deep voice talking about the chocolate. You can hear the chocolate pouring into the bowl. You're sitting there looking at the announcement. It's all subliminal messaging, right? When we're afraid to get on a plane and we start thinking, oh my God, it's going to crash. Oh my God, okay, we're going to get hit by lightning. Oh my God, okay, the oxygen's going to die out in the plane. When you start thinking of all these things that are going to happen, like imagine thinking of that before going to space. Of course, you're going to flip out before you get there. Mind's going to start playing tricks with you. Healing, meaning healing. That rings a bell. Oh yeah, they are for sure. There's nothing they can do because they got caught, eh? And that's the thing. If look at the Truman Show. I hate referring to that, but those of you who haven't seen it, I don't think I've seen it all. I've seen parts of it. A Truman Show. I grabbed it and I saw the ending where he hit the wall, and I said, "Okay, I know what the film's about now." In that film, the whole goal of the Truman Show is the creator, anyways, the film director has to make believe, has to keep Jim Carrey believing that world he lives in is real. And he starts doubting everything. And when he starts doubting everything, the system doesn't work anymore. Cars start blocking him in his town. He tries to go on a nowhere with his wife, and he tries to cross the bridge to go to the other side. But then there's a nuclear waste dump explosion, and now they're all there with their hazmat suits. And when you look at that movie, The Truman Show, it really is scary as hell, because you realize, not word for word and scene per scene, but there is some truth to that show, I believe, of how they're hiding things. And when you see in the sky, in the clear blue sky, what comes out of the sky is a light from a movie theater that crashes onto the road. And then a newscaster goes on and says immediately, well, there's debris from space that fell into a town and stuff. And then people are all like, oh, okay, there's debris from space. So when we depend entirely on the media and the system, we're blind. You don't have to revolt against the system. You don't have to revolt against the system to be able to see the truth. You just have to have an open mind. So when the system tells you to do something, there's nothing wrong with you sitting down wondering if it's right or wrong. Okay, they're not your parents, the government, right? And they can be just as crazy as us. So when they say something that doesn't make any sense, don't go with it, is what I say. That's how I see things. And shadow banning comments now, where it appears your comment is there just for you and only. Yeah, and that's happening to me too. That's aside from the deliberate things that they're doing or the glitches. I mean, it's filled with glitches, YouTube, eh? A lot of shit going on YouTube in that respect, which is too bad. But blue blockers, well, I got blue blockers, and you're absolutely right. It helps, and I am gonna get another pair. It's because the pair I bought, it has oh gosh, what's the name? It has like a prescription in it. In other words, an intensity, a force, a strength, right? And I put it on, and it's magnifying glasses, literally magnifying glasses. So what I want is one with no strength and just the blue protection. I have different ones, especially with the UV, also the block out UV. It's for the screen also. It can help. It can help for the screen. Anyways, I'm gonna have to invest in just the cheap glasses online from the UK. Yay, thank you UK for cheap stuff, but they're probably buying from China either way. When we buy cheap stuff online, it's never a good thing. Hooray, you are free from YT jail. Yes, so damn happy to be back too. Cindy, how's it going? Hello to you and all members. Thank you very much, Cindy. Appreciate that. Thanks again, Sugar B. The last Australian in the house. Australia is being destroyed both ecologically, yes, unfortunately, and socially by controlling foreign Nazi style, corporations. Generational mass hypnosis ongoing. It really is. We're all sleeping. I say it all the time. the last Australian. We're walking zombies, walking sleeping zombies. The zombie apocalypse is now, and it's all the ones that are being mind controlled by everything, helped by the 5G. I don't know what the hell it is, but some people are really deep sleep. I don't have any neighbors. Hey, Daryl Green. Hello to you, man. Nice to see you. Thanks, man. Yeah, I definitely will, Chickadee. Like I said, I have them, and it has a magnification in it, so I can't wear them. But the other blue blockers, I will definitely get them. There's almost no strength in this. It's like you can't see much difference. That's my glass. You can't say it's very strong. It's more because I have an astigmatism. You know, maybe that is the eye problem. If I'm not mistaken, my left eye has the astigmatism, even though it's the right one. It's always sore. But it could be because of that. There's one eye. I have 20/21 vision. I think I have one eye that's forcing too much. So what I have to do is I have to really abuse this eye to come equal to that eye. Should be okay. Allergies in many is actually microscopic. Nematode parasite can be deadly even through most remain asymptomatic. Sorry. Yeah, for now. We'll see during winter what's going to happen. And, you know, I basically think C19 is going to continue forever. This is going to be a reoccurring thing. It's going to become a very strong pneumonia. We had someone the last, and this is just my belief, opinions, theories. I'm not sending out any misinformation out there, but I think, going to be develop into a strong cold, which the colds that we have now. Why are people that live out in the street always so healthy? Because they don't eat the scraps that people in homes eat. They live to be long. You see the people, tribes people out in the woods with no medical, surgical or surgery or anything there, and they all have their appendix. They don't have any problems with the appendix needed to come out. They don't get tonsillitis, or they do and they die. But you don't hear them being sick. You know, they say not to go to the islands because you're going to get sick. If you go to the island, you're going to get the islanders sick. Is it maybe the other way around? Maybe we're the one with the manipulated synthetic DNA. Synthetic DNA, look it up. Synthetic, well, first of all, there's not much written about it because it's new. Synthetic DNA, or newly spoken about, but probably very, very old as an element or ideal or project. But synthetic DNA, Elon Musk said it himself, because of synthetic DNA, they can turn us into butterflies if they want. They can do anything they want to us by changing the DNA. And anyways, that's what they did with a lot of SARS and everything. The things were spliced in the DNA. They talked about that, but I won't get into that here. Unfortunately, Australia is being sorry, man. Thanks a lot, last Australian. Thank you very much, Kimberly Ray. Hello. Yes, and assholes are really butchering the feeds for hours, missing data, tons of activity. I don't know if I hope everything turns around. Hope everything really turns around. Some shit going down in the States today too. Salman, is it Rich Die or something like that? Rich D? Something like that was got stabbed in the neck this afternoon or something like that. They were talking about that. Hey, Kyle, long time watch. I appreciate that, brother. I enjoy and appreciate your brilliant mind. Thanks a lot, man. It means a lot. I wish you'd write. Would you be willing to send a letter to my mother and sign that? Let her know that I have a brilliant mind. I enjoy and appreciate your brilliant mind. Much love and have a great night. You too, my brother. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. Why can't they give us a non-CGI picture of entire Earth? Exactly. I just posted recently in the members video on Bruce Sees All. Thanks to all members, by the way. A high resolution image of NASA from a crater. It's what was the name of the crater? Compton crater, badass crater. Lots of bad activity going on in Compton on the moon too. Little inside joke. And anyways, from the surface, they show a very high resolution image of Earth, and I'm telling you, it looks like they took another picture on top and just stuck it there, and on the bottom they put another image of the moon. But it makes me laugh because they say that we can't see color in space. So if from the moon we could see Earth, all the colors of Earth, like the blues, browns, whites, the clouds, you see everything. Well, why wouldn't we see some of the waters on the moon, or clouds or hazes on the moon? Maybe some of the white regions on the moon. Listen, the part of Earth that is white looks just like the moon, the white refraction. So it could be absolutely that on the moon that we're looking at. It's filled with bloody buildings and structures. I read that James Webb Telescope proven Stephen Hawking's multiverse theory. How? I don't know, but I was hearing about something that too. How the hell did they do that? And how the hell could he have even thought of that? That's like Einstein. Yeah, it turns out Einstein was right with his ideas of these quasars spinning around and black holes forming. We just found the first one. Who the hell were these people? I mean, I get visualizing space. You can be pretty smart, some people there, but actually visualizing black hole of dark matter that would form, and he's talking about the gravity waves and lots of things that even though Einstein wasn't precise to the point, even in his equation equals mc squared, energy equal to mc squared, mass times charge squared, second power, wasn't explaining how much energy was equal to the finest point. But that's what they do with these theories. The theories from 1666, Isaac Newton, and all the theories, Nikola Tesla, which apparently Einstein's theories and Nikola Tesla's patents had to do a lot, they say, with the Philadelphia project. And that was teleporting a boat into a harbor somewhere else. But you see, the goal of the Philadelphia project wasn't to teleport into another harbor. They wanted to hide the ship. So the ideal was to camouflage it, to make the ships invisible. They were able to make them invisible. And then apparently, true or not, bright green light started forming electricity around the boat. And then they would have teleported and then teleport back. And they would have been literally the bodies sutured, fusioned with the craft, the ship itself, the vessel, the boat. So look at it like you want. That was probably an experiment, a time travel experiment. So what they did is they found out aliens were time traveling, and they just try and open up the portal without actually knowing what the hell's on the other side. That could be a big mistake. That's like CERN smashing atomic particles together at high rates of speed, almost just less than the speed of light, almost as close to the speed of light, and then sending them off into different corridors to smash into each other as they're going side by side, then hit face to face, taking billions of snapshots of dark matter and new elements and miniature black holes that are opening up. You got to wonder why they're doing that. And if they're that advanced at CERN and stuff, and they're taking that many chances, why are they so offended with people driving around drunk when they're playing with, that's ridiculous what they're doing there. It's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing there. Means a lot, Peter. I would like to know who comes up with the BS stories. Yes. Some of the stories are incredible. Couldn't we all come up with stories about why this hit that? Why do you think that did this? And why? I mean, like I said a couple of live streams ago, the easiest thing for a human being to become as a job, to do as a job, is just to be a judge. Wouldn't that be the easiest thing? Guilty or not? Definitely not. Easy. Bruce says, will a plus 100 megapixel camera bring us much more zoom detail on the moon? Alpha Kush, 101,000%. And it's my next investment. Approximately that. Right now, they're up to about 80 megapixels. You'll probably know exactly which camera I'm talking about that I went to look at. I'm not going to mention it yet, but that's the idea. When I went to 47 megapixels, there are little things, and like you'll see in the next video, the little tiny lines that are on the surface that cross each other. And when you see a small tower on the moon, you need really good quality camera. You need as much megapixels as you can. And of course, you need a very clear night, good quality camera, telescope, and you can see a lot of stuff. In the next video, um, you'll see it. It's right after this. I got about 5-6 minutes done on the video because it's just so bloody long when I want to talk about little details on the moon. But we're going to look at a lot of stuff. It's the full super moon that we'll look at. Yeah, seriously, Alva Kush, that would be out of this world, I would say. And even if the images are twice, 3, 4 times as far as me, for example, they would still be a lot clearer, and you'd still be able to see all the small detail in small, right? But it gives you a lot of zooming power. You could zoom in the whole page 100% and you're still not pixelated. So that's really cool. Like my Nikon D850 with the 47 megapixels, I got a lot of zooming. Ask anyone that sells telescopes and tell them that you have a Nikon D850 behind a 14-inch telescope. I'm going to tell you I have a very good setup to see the moon in a very, very good way. When, a lot of people were telling me, oh, when you bought the telescope, oh, don't get a Barlow, don't get this because you'll be too close. You won't need it and stuff. So there's a lot of information that I learned through trial and error. But in reality, that's all I needed was a good quality camera. And the zooming up, well, you zoom up when the days permit it. Sometimes there's a haze on the moon. I would say sometimes the blurs, I'm safe to confirm this in my experience in 6 years, 7th started now, that the blurry hazes on the surface are worse some phases. Some phases you go up to the moon, it's not going to be worth filming. You could have a beautiful sky. That's the concerning part. No clouds in the sky, but yet the moon is so blurry. So I can't help wonder, but like, does it have to do with the moon's atmosphere? Obviously, it does have to do with the moon's atmosphere. I don't know, Bruce. I have had eye issues since Christmas. I walk outside and it's on for the day. Constant watering, more like crying. See, I wish I got the water part. The water part I don't have. Me, it's like, when your lip sort of is leaning on because you got a dry mouth. The same thing with my eye. One point, the eyelid's halfway shut, eyes looking upwards, and it gets dry as hell. Not even itchy. If it would be itchy, it would help. Oh, hey, it feels good. No, it's just the pain, like somebody grabbed sand and blew it behind my eye, and it's like I continually have to go get that behind my eye, and it is damn painful. But another thing, Kimberly Ray, thanks for commenting, by the way. They say that the sun, whether it's true or not, it amplifies the allergies. So, and also breathing problems, people that have asthma, it's going to be a lot worse leading up to 25. Some people that have excessive asthma can die. They're not careful on certain days with that sun being active. So you got to wonder, does it amplify the allergies of the eye also? Maybe it could be. It's some type of allergy. That's why I ruled out the screen, because I get a hive right here. The whole cheek gets really massive and big and red. And the side of my face was swollen the other day. Yeah, that bad. And the eyelid gets hard and gets red, really red. And it's very sensitive when you touch it. It doesn't leak at all. It's just dry as hell. I need someone to spit in it to give me some liquid. Jose Rodriguez, how's it going, brother? Man, thank you very much. Yes, I'm back. Appreciate that, you guys. Yeah, that laugh. I know what you're talking about when I was talking about the laugh. Everything's going good. It's gonna be okay. I force myself to laugh like that sometimes, like I'm doing now. It's true. Time to find the truth yourself. Go inside yourself. Connect to source. Source is a word I love. Learn remote and astral. Nothing better. That's how it is. You got it or you don't. That's another thing. Some people have it, some people don't. The ones that are doing astral, some of them are being pulled out of their bodies, which was my situation. I wasn't the one going out trying to go out, and then eventually I was able to, but it's not a place I like going to. On the other side, I don't feel like I'm home when I go next door. I sort of feel alone. Ian knows issues here as well. Bad feeling for what it really may be. Yeah, same here, actually. I'm not too happy about it. You know, with the bio and everything attacks and then what they're putting in the air, the chemtrail spraying, we're not going to hide it. Spraying pesticides in Brazil and everything. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Thank you so much, Elias. Elias, thank you, brother. Yeah, sorry, Christopher. I prefer sending a few bucks. I like having fun, Christopher. Damn right, Sugar Bee. Love the cute salamanders on Darla's Llama's channel. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's true. They're cute. Jose Rodriguez, thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot, brother, for appreciating the channels. I love you guys. Means a lot, man. So happy to see everyone joining us this evening. You bet, Darla. I am so happy that I'm back on. I would have had a hard time being, you know. Hey, Tommy, I hear you, man. Tommy Langley. A lot of people are having problems. And not just that. These days, I think there's major problems. I think the sun, they're literally talking about it's going to be a major problem with satellites. You're going to be taking down satellites. That sun, that's exactly what's going to happen. Lightning Will.i.am Robin, thanks again for being here, my friends, eh? Hey, how come everything's happening? Okay, I got to go down. Must have some trolls on the bottom that everyone's attacking, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Colford. If you're new here, let us know. We want welcome you gently. Yes, thanks, man. Definitely. If you're new to the channel, please do let us know. And even if you're not a person that likes attention focused on you, please do let us know because we do want to welcome you and tag you. No, I'm kidding. We just want to welcome you. Yeah, neurolinguistics, scary stuff, JLFC, Fire MC. I bet they're not teaching history. So the younger generations can't learn the knowledge we know, the Great Reset. This is scary stuff, guys. They're taking William Shakespeare out now. Okay. William Shakespeare, Hamlet, all this plays that he did because he was racist or something like that. Listen, I hate racist people, but I think it's important to document what the hell went on in the past. It's like they're taking down the statues. They're ruining statues. And for who? For Antifa? Not even gonna get into that. For Black Lives Matter? That all my black friends that talk to me, I remember them telling me, Bruce, can't believe that when Black Lives Matter group started, it has nothing to do with the black people, right? It's or to save them. They raised, she just got audited something like, I don't know how many millions of dollars that she bought the mansion for, 4.5 million or something. Hired her brother as a security guard, gave him 1.5 million or something like that. So that's money that black people put into that because they wanted to defend themselves and have an organization and a word and a voice. So everyone's getting screwed all around the planet, and that's how it is. Hey, Lisa, that's a good one. I also heard that too, that in China, most of them were chipped. I absolutely agree with that. I'm pretty sure they are. China's trying to make superhumans. They're trying to make them better. So they've gone through, many different changes with and stuff and this and that. And they're doing a lot of things, sterilizing and all that. It's a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. Perseid Showers, His Highness. Thanks for mentioning it. There's a couple of showers tonight, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it's from August 10th, 11th to about the 13th, which would be about tomorrow. They said after the showers to continue to look, which is always true, basically most showers, probably till the 13th, 14th, and a little bit on the 15th. They're going to see some remnants and leftovers. But now here's the thing. The super moon, the big moon that was a full yesterday on the 11th, is going to stop us from being able to see most of the meteors in the sky. Lo and behold, Bruce is always so lucky. I saw a big ass meteor, third one, guys, and third one in 2 months that I saw. One hit the ground here in a cornfield, but very recently. But I saw again a green meteor and streak behind it come in. And it was actually very hard to see because the moon is so damn bright. Moon is just very damn bright. Thanks, Julie. And I got to scroll all the way down. Thanks again, Andromeda Native and everyone. Thanks, Julie. The thumbs up. Hey, guys, I can't thank you enough for it. Little Islands, there was a war and heaven, a.k.a. Michael or Mikhail and his Anunnaki angels. Yeah, so they say, fought against the dragon, who is the Enki. Yes, Enki, aka Saturn, and the fallen angels, the archons, who are the reptilians. So you see, people get interested in that, which it is interesting, and we're going to spend the rest of our lives studying about reptilians. They better friggin' be real. I'm telling you, they better be real. Thank you, Darla. Yeah, guys, you can check out Julie's channel too, because she has an amazing channel. Have a lot of fun. Hey, absolutely, Darla. The double streamers. It's greatly appreciated. The super moon is tonight. The super moon was the 11th, they said. I thought. Let me see. Depending on where you are, of course. When's the August supermoon? I'm pretty sure it's the 11th. Yeah, August 11th. Where you can see the August supermoon, according to space.com. This month's full moon, the last supermoon of the year, arrives on Thursday, August 11th. Will be visible around 9:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, also known as Eastern Standard Time. That was a day ago. They talk about it. And I haven't seen it, but I saw its size. It was pretty much full, I think, yesterday on the 11th. That was luck. I go outside. I said, "Oh, look, the moon's up. I'll film it." And then I came in and I saw that August 11th was the full moon. And I was like, "Hey, wow, super moon!" Was able to film it. I just saw Beetlejuice. It sure has changed since yesterday. Hey, Bendu, thank you very much for being here. Yes, it changes. It changes all the time now since they had that incredible SME, surface mass ejection, which took away the part of the surface, left with the hotels and everything there. Imagine if people are living on Betelgeuse and that we were calling it a star, but it's just actually a planet that just had a major cataclysmic event, and all the lights that we've been seeing since 2019 are all the people that were in Orion having to come relocate here and live on Earth. Oh my goodness. Boy, it'll be a lot of jobs. I don't think I'd be worried about the jobs very much. Beetlejuice, it sure has changed, says Bendu, since yesterday. And the stuff about the wars in the heavens is in the Christian Bible. Absolutely, my friend. And Mark of the Beast for the money part. Yeah, I've heard that too. Thank you very much for sharing that. Yep, Nibiru is a mothership. The government's, wait till you see the moon that I filmed yesterday. You want to talk about motherships? Want to talk about connections and massive electrical lines that are running across the surface? Aristarchus, if that is not an energy center, nuclear or making energy on the moon, I'm sure that's what they're doing now. The more I look at it, I looked at it yesterday. There are industries there. sending off lines of energy that are obviously going to other companies that are constructing things that are doing using power tools and whatnot. Think of it. There has to be electricity on the moon there. Why would it be this advanced bullshit? Because they're advanced aliens? No, they probably ran lines along the surface, probably even too. Those, we're talking about megapixel cameras. Well, those are the little things that we really want to see. We probably won't be able to see unless we get a little closer. And get a drink of water. Sorry about that. 9:30. Geez, I lasted. Again, an incredible stream once again. Hey, Julie, if you need any help, let me know. Of course, she's a beautiful lady. That's why we're all on her channel. Go and see her. But be careful, Floyd the Trapper. We have gate brief, CIA, and it won't be taken down. Beyond undisclosed. It's incredible the crap that's going on, eh? Jeez, it's even getting a little hot in here. Put on a little bit of the fan. Our skies today. Thanks again for being here. How am I with the time? 8:37 is 9:22. Gracias, Jose Maria. Pamares Perez. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much, you guys. I have a lot of Spanish friends that come by here, and I appreciate that. We have Ron Paul. Oh, yeah. We won't take no more. I love Ron Paul, man. Taken down from all the other platforms. You mean you don't like Ron Paul? Okay, I don't know. I thought he was one of the good ones. We have Ron Paul. We won't take no more. Taken down from all the other platforms. Okay, yes, exactly. Ron Paul, I've been listening to him. He's been trying to do a lot. I've been listening to Ted Cruz. I mean, I'm Canadian there. I'm pretty good to have known all these names, guys. I learned every one of them, from Paul Pelosi to Nancy Pelosi to Hunter Biden to Jill. I mean, Canadians don't know a lot about American politics. And Trudeau is destroying Canada. He's doing so much right now. It's just horrible. Him and Biden are they were definitely hired by a bunch of people to come in like these goons. Thank you, Darla. Spear thrower in the house. When we're looking at the moon, can we be absolutely sure that it is as far away as they say it is? Absolutely not. In reality, spear thrower, how's it going? When you look at the sun and the moon, they both look the same size. I really have a tendency to believe that maybe in theory, right? It visually looks like the sun and the moon are the same size, and that they're both going around Earth side by side. Maybe it's the moon and the sun together that's making Earth float. Everything else seems to be moving too, right? José Huguette Latour, merci d'être ici. Mon sel fonctionne, mais j'ai du mal à clavarder quand la vidéo est castée. Oui, c'est sûr. Mais hey, José, Huguette Latour, merci encore une fois d'être devenu membre de la chaîne française. Puis merci de prendre le temps de regarder ma chaîne anglaise. C'est super cool de ta part. Sophie Cringe, how's it going? Ayo Bruce, I wonder what you love more, sativa or indica? When I used to consume marijuana in my younger years, it used to be the indica, of course, because the sativa doesn't get you stoned enough, right? If I'm not mistaken. Only chronic, because I used my brain to smoke by smoking a tiny, tiny little joint, and that was it to relax me. Instead of being medicated on depression pills, that's all it took for me to calm myself down. No mixing with alcohol or anything. And then it just became something that was not something you had to run after. So it's not something you actually needed to smoke all the time. But that's my answer. Final answer. Indica. That'll happen at one point. Someone will probably want to do that, sponsor me when they see what the hell I've actually captured on the surface. I was hoping for Celestron to want to, but yes, I told Celestron with what I've been showing on the moon and telling everybody advertising about the Celestron telescope. I believe they owe me a shirt and a hat, at least a shirt and a hat. Thanks so much for being here, Andromeda Native. Really appreciate it. All the amazing support to this channel. KM's in the house. Back to join you all for another fun-filled night with Bruce. You never know what's going to happen with a night with Bruce. Bruce can go off his rockers and go on to many silly subjects. Could be funny subjects about my eye. Could be talking about my odd and exclusive spiritual encounters with shadows and ectoplasm. Some people are unique people. When I was young, I was infatuated with actors like Vincent Price and people like that. And when I got older, it just I'm like just a weirdo, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not too far from the goal I wanted to get to. Wanted to be able to share with everyone what was on the moon. And for me, doesn't change anything when people laugh at what I show. And not saying that everyone laughs, but it doesn't matter. When you know something's real and you show it and somebody comes and says, hey, it's fake bullshit, well, that doesn't really matter because I was so overwhelmed of having found what I found on the moon. And I always felt that the research would talk for itself without me having to force people to come over to the channel. You don't see me on other people's channels advertising, that's for sure. But maybe I should. Maybe I should. If ever you go on someone's space channel and you drop a link, please do it discreetly because people will hate my channel. This guy just posted 6 bloody links, unless you're on Tyler's channel. Hey, Tyler, I owe you one, bro. Remember, we talked. I owe you one, man. But take it as a joke, though, because you said it was a joke what you did. So this is a joke, too. Yeah, exactly, Leia. I wish they would leave space out of it. Now they have everything up there. They have the satellite weaponry. They have the surveillance satellites. They have direct energy weapon satellites. They can take out ballistic missiles and a whole bunch of things. It's really scary. I had heard of a story at one point that somebody had taken off into the mountains with 2 of his children. I guess the guy was a pedophile. And unless I'm mistaken, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or let me know if you heard this story. I heard that one of the satellites zapped him. He killed him. Direct satellite in the sky was able to track him down, go over him, send a frequency into his head, and just like zap him. I don't know if it's real or not, but I know it can be done today. I didn't know if it was possible back 5-10 years ago, but they can do that with direct energy weapons. They have over 100 people, agents and or federal agents and stuff in the United States that have had concussion like symptoms and problems. And one of them even heard woo, 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 a frequency sound, and it made their brains mush. There's about 50 to 100 people in the States that have almost died because of that. So they exist. They're up there now, the satellites. That's something that's real. Let me scroll down here. Got my computer. Not safe. I'm being watched. It's scary. TV over the camera comes on and other things. Oh yeah, man, absolutely. They even call my home, man. I get people that email me and tell me nice socks because I went out at 2 a.m. to throw a garbage bag out. Who's watching you at 2 o'clock in the morning? I got so immune and neutral to the attacks that I started laughing at them and started saying, if you want to get me, be sure to get me because you better be fucking fast. The threats, if not the threats, play with your bloody mind. Absolutely play with your mind. Camera comes on and other things. Yeah, and the emails that I got, man, that's the only suggestion I'm going to give to you. I got some government links and everything. I didn't answer them. And the problem I had were people from MUFON. And I had the people that were, both directors and recent directors and directors from the year before that were still working there in France, in the States, and here in Quebec that reached me. And then we saw the UFO report that the Pentagon admitted that they had the MUFON Association where they were gathering civilian reports. So they do know me for sure. And if ever any video or somebody catches something, and because it would have to be pretty bad, what you catch, like me catching what was on the surface, that sure maybe bother them, but what doesn't bother them is that what I'm telling him is up there. I was probably off, and now more, the more that your theories get close, them they don't want you to change the opinion of people. But another thing, man, don't forget, I had a lot of trolls that were pretending to be government agents. I'm not saying you're not in trouble either there. I'm just saying you never know, because they got the copycats that were in that. People were threatening my family. They were trying to locate my kid, and they were giving me names of my school, trying to locate my area, and scrummaging through stuff and areas where I was online, pretending there were other people. And at one point, I let it go. Like, I mean, that's how it is. You can threaten me all you want. After a couple of months, when I saw that, a few people have come around the house, but I guess they were very careful not to get too close and not to be seen. But I saw them. Pick up Pluto from the new telescope. Looked trippy. Hey, I don't know if I saw that one. I did see one recently, actually, where they were talking about Pluto and showing. I mean, hey, it's incredible. It's mountainous and an ice haven there. You can see a whole bunch of stuff on the surface there. And there's a lot that they're not telling us about. Pluto was an interesting planet for me because I learned very recently that apparently they thought there was an atmosphere there at one point because of the light scattering. Same thing happened to Apollo 8, I think, people, when they saw the dusts and hazes on the moon. It could be wrong too, but it's a very interesting story. On the moon, Apollo 8 said that they saw light scattering, and then the scientists back home in Houston said, well, you can't have light scattering. It's more because there's dusts and the sublimation, the transition of water changing states and forms, going up and being evaporated into the surface because it can't maintain water on the moon, because they say blah blah blah, it doesn't have the magnetosphere, and thus not enough methane to contain the oxygen in lower atmosphere. Here too, problems of methane on Earth. Get rid of the methane on Earth and the oxygen levels won't be so close to the surface, they'll be higher up. All things that nobody would ever know, even me, unless you do research in it. You guys seeing the holes in Siberia? The methane holes that are blowing out of the surface, creating these massive deep cratered pits. Literally, Earth is moving around like a soup. Did you see the island sinking in 219 and 220? Did you see that? The whole island went out, whole piece of Earth just went out, turned around, folded in on itself. The barn broke up. All the trees fell over. The grass, everything sunk and went down. So they say that that's what's happening at one point and eventually happening during climate change is that there's a lot of gaps now inside of Earth and things are imploding. We're seeing sinkholes appear everywhere. We'd never heard of sinkholes. When I was born, you'd never heard of any sinkholes anywhere on Earth. And now we're seeing them in places like Siberia and other places. I saw a parking lot just get sucked into a pit, and that's the methane pushing, releasing out from the surface of Earth. And there's lots of different reasons and lots of speculation around that when they talk about that for sure. Artificial intelligence is getting dangerous. It really is, Leia. It's getting beyond and dangerous. Matt Wallace, see the pick of Pluto from the new. Oh yeah, sorry, man. I just read that. Good one. Yeah, thanks a lot for being here, Matt Wallace. Appreciate that, brother. Try to get to the bottom. I'm sure I'm going to miss some people. Dwayne, nice to see you, brother. Dwayne, Chickadee, the stats, Darla, spear thrower. I use Sustain for my dry eye. Makes your eyeballs feel silky. Used to use that too. It's exactly the one I used to use. Now I'm using one that's deliberately even prescribed. And I'm telling you, it doesn't friggin' help. I use it to wash out my eye. In other words, when I feel the stuff in the back, I put the drops in my eye and then I force my eye open to get the eye to water. Because if not, I don't get the eye doesn't water at all. That's the problem I have. Everything else waters normally, but not my eye. The inside joke there. Ginger Gal, turmeric. Got some right here. Turmeric capsules taken internally is good for dry eye. I didn't know about the capsules, but I do have some turmeric here, powder, very yellow orangey powder, and I put it over everything, basically. Not that it really tastes anything, but I know it's good for the health. Is it turmeric I have? Geez, it's funny I have all these healthy things and I'm not healthy. Okay, where is it now? There it is. Had that. Organic Traditions turmeric, an orangey powder inside. It's exactly what it looks like. Orangey powder. So I do have some of that. Sprinkle it on everything. Try to be healthy. Food grade diatomaceous. Looks like cocaine. Looks like dried powder. Also good for antioxidants. I try, I don't eat sugar. I don't use salt, especially not iodized salt. I use Himalayan salt, even though Himalayan salt doesn't come from the Himalayas. It comes from Pakistan, which is true. That's how it is. Thanks, Ginger Gal. Ginger's good too. That's what they say. I like ginger girls. Except my ex. Thanks to stats. Julie. Yeah, I have fun on my music channel. You guys can check it out. Nothing serious, but I play around and write short little uncompleted tunes. Thanks a lot, Julie. Saving up for new equipment. Yeah, and any link that I have, like Patreon or donating links, are all under the videos. You can check in the description. I have also Christian Mossy. If you guys don't know the channel, everything space related is there. If you want to follow along the findings in France, Christian Mossy studies paranormal too. But at the bottom of the description, scroll all the way down. Check out his channel. He's a French guy from France, a ufologist, well-known ufologist in France, one of the best-known ufologists in France. And I'm in contact with him. Isn't that fun? Thanks to him, he was able to get my research out in France, as Sylvain Otrada. I said the administrator of the internet. This guy's on television, guys. I was very lucky to get my research seen by these people. But like I said, the more I pushed with those people, I think that's what got me really, really hidden, because they were asking some questions to some people saying, what the hell is this guy getting? Tell me what that is. If you're telling me nothing's there, tell me what that is. So people don't really like me because I'm seeing things on the moon. So, and proving it too. Bruce, have you ever put anchovy on a pizza? I have not, but I've eaten anchovies before. It's funny you're talking about that. We were just talking about anchovies, my mother and I, this week, that apparently it is extremely healthy. It's very, very good. I heard of that. I heard that. I've eaten some a long time ago in oil, which I liked, but I don't know if I'd have some again. And I am a fish lover, though. I love fish. It's the worst of it. Hey, Darla, thanks so much. Same here. Honestly, I was totally lost. And yeah, Dwayne, thanks to all newbies for being here. And especially you guys, Dwayne and Darla and everyone. Thanks for coming back. Julie, the stats, everyone. Aliaus, Aliaus Valhalla. Metayarby2, Metayarb2Yarby, I meant. What year did the moon start having horizontal phases? It was October 7th, 1920. I don't friggin' know. If I would have told you that, I mean, I would have been an automatic subscribe. Holy shit, this guy knows everything. I have no idea. It's an interesting question. What year did the moon start having horizontal phases? I could look it up. I wonder what Google will tell me. I would say phase shift is a horizontal translation or a shift. The sinusoidal axis, of course, is the natural horizontal line that lies between the crests and the troughs, which sounds dirty, of the graph of a sine in cosining function. What the hell? A sinusoidal function is a sine or cosine wave. Oh, yeah, of course, the cosine waves. A sinusoidal function is a sin or cosine wave. 26th of September 2006. So I still don't know the answer to that. I know what a horizontal shift now is. So it was just big words to scare me. No, it's Ginger Gal. Thanks for letting me know that. Probably the powder is not, it's not as concentrated, right? I'd probably have to put more of that, but it's still, it's a good sign that at least I looked into that and I heard that turmeric was good for many things. The Alex Jones channel has a turmeric that he sells, and he sells it. I think it's the highest concentrated amount that somebody can possibly sell. It's like 80 or 90% of the turmeric or something like that. So different levels, I guess. Dark Eternal Night. Hi, Bruce. Told my inquisitive daughter about you yesterday. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's fun. We have smart kids, eh? Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that, Dark Eternal Night. Send her my love, and at the same time, thanks so much for talking to her about talking to her about me. I mean, I can't thank you enough for the amazing support. Thank you, Julie. I have a Patreon channel or a couple of dollars, a few dollars per month. If I go down here and you want to still be able to reach me, well, once in a while, once a year, you can pay $3, $2, or $3, I think, and you go to Patreon or more, depending on you, and you go to the Patreon, and that's how you support the channel. They absolutely are, Dwayne. You mentioned it before, and it's true. They are stealing our history. They're getting rid of the history and they're changing it. So who says they didn't change our past? When they talk about the ancient Egyptians and they're saying, oh, we just found out that these massive monuments, even the monuments like Stonehenge, not hedge, people have to learn that it's henge. But Stonehenge, when you take a look at them, they're connected. They have metal clips. which is actually nickel, if I'm not mistaken, or something. It has to be heated at so many thousands of degrees Fahrenheit. So that means they had that technology back in the day to suture the stones together to remain in place so they won't unstick. That did not exist thousands of years ago. It was impossible. So if we're doing it today, it's the opposite. It's not that we invented it today, it's that we went and took that from the past. Christy, thank you so much. Thanks for the generous contributions, you guys. I can't thank you enough. Thanks for being here. You're probably even still out working or just on the verge of stopping, in the field for sure. Thanks, even on a busy day like that, for stopping by, Christy. She did a whole bunch of new changes now, too, with the new house and everything. I can only imagine how you guys are running, how you are running with your head cut off. Thanks a lot, Christy, for the generous contributions. I love you so much, you guys. Magnitude Matrix, buy dictionaries and encyclopedias and a Black's Law dictionary. Black's Law, dictionary. It's funny you say that. I was just thinking the other day, like even Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, these books are all going to be taken off the market. Somebody, Lisa Eckerly, just mentioned that her daughter in school didn't even learn history this year. Does that scare you? Of course, it's because they're changing the history, and everything that they're going to be teaching the kids, it's going to be different. You know, when the explorers came to Canada, they're going to be saying, it used to be thought that the Ninta, the Pinta, the Santa Maria came by, and I don't know. Don't friggin' ask me. 1516, let's say. I don't care if you tell me it's 1200 something. I don't know. I don't care. Jean Cartier, 1416, about something like that. 1437, if I'm not mistaken. Maisonneuve. That's all I learned in history. Jacques Cartier, Maisonneuve, I remember those. The Ninta, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, even though they weren't Canadian. But the dates that they give us of all these explorers, Christopher Columbus states, right, and everything, when they give us the dates of all these people, it doesn't mean the dates are right. And I think we are several thousands of years off. We know they were wrong about the carbon dating. Apparently, they were wrong 12 to 17,000 years on the carbon dating because of some fucked up element that they just recently found out. So it was really nice to base our knowledge and humans' knowledge and creativity based on theory and assumptions. Science is a theory, to be able to advance. And we were lucky that we didn't blow ourselves up. But then again, I think that's what happened. We blew ourselves up many a times, maybe in the past also. I see it as a recurring nightmare that happens all the time. They perfection humans. They build a system. They try to have us go with it. They have us producing stuff here. How much stuff is produced here on Earth that is being sent to the moon, you think, and to other planets? How much food do you think, or grain that we produce here that leaves our planet that we never friggin' know it? They're hiring. Listen, look what's going on, eh? The satellites, all the satellite agencies and space associations, they're wanting to go into the self-defense sector. The government's going to be hiring billions of people. Trust me. Look at the IRS. 87,000, just under 90,000 people that they want to hire for the IRS. I know for a fact they're changing the rules inside the IRS. Now they want them to have guns. So an IRS agent going to your house and knocking and you're not there, not a problem. They'll shoot your bloody door down, be able to come in. And so, anyways, it's because they're ready to, take over US. Let's just say we'll leave it at that. Making a run for pizza. Much love, guys. Hold the line. Will do. Thanks for getting my appetite up on that. I haven't touched pizza. I've been no cheese in my life for, 3-4 months now. Didn't help. Didn't lose any weight. I don't know what that's all about. I think it's about stress. Once I get through court in a couple of weeks, I'll be okay. 3 years ago, somebody harassed me, said they were going to take my life and my son's life, came by talking about guns and everything. And because of the pandemic, it was put back for 3 years, the court. So I have to endure his face again in a couple of months, weeks, but it'll be over with. He's definitely going to do some jail time. D Fox 18, thanks for being here. Good evening to you and everyone. Hey, great big thanks everyone for stopping by. Donovan, Donovan, thank you. Donovan, thank you very much for stopping by. Knowledge is power, not power is knowledge. You're absolutely right about that one. That's true. A smart person is the strongest person in the world. And it's true. If you're smart. Stephen A. Man, thanks, guys, for getting my morals back up and making me feel a lot better, as you guys always do, and gals, when I come to the live stream. It's not going to be long, Stephen A. I'm almost completed the video. And good news, now, for some reason, it only takes 2 minutes to upload videos. So I got another half a video to put up. It's because there's lots of cuts and details I'm slowing it down. We're going to be looking at constructed objects on the moon. No bullshit, no filter. Straight up zoom up, no filtering, like I said. And we just look at the surface of the moon, at all the objects and the connections. And last night, it was really clear. We see a lot of objects. There's literally bases right there on the moon. Wait till I show you. I'm gonna show you a base. It's there. It looks like Area 51. It's close to the north side of the moon, and it really does look like a base. Just way off to the left of Aristarchus crater, which again definitely looks like some type of nuclear plant. Thanks again, Stephen A. It won't be long, man. I will get that up before midnight for sure. I promise. I'm gonna get off in about 9 minutes. Defax, thanks again. Defox, sorry. It's storming here. Hey, Stargazer 46. Thanks a lot. End 2. Well, here it was supposed to rain today. Well, we didn't get any rain, but I did get a lot of dark clouds. No wind. It was very cool today. The temperatures skyrocketed way down. It's 70 degrees, probably almost 69 in the house now. And it's funny, this evening it feels like it's getting a little warmer. I don't know if you guys around the world, wherever you are, if you've noticed that in the evenings where it was cold all day, and then in the evening at like 2-3 in the morning or after midnight, it starts getting hot at night with the sundown. They're talking about everything heating up. The Pacific's heating up. They're talking about that. The temperatures that have gone up 5 degrees in the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. And it just so happens that they say that it's going to affect the climate and weather around the entire world. So did Beetlejuice, what it spit out, did it affect the sun? And then the sun's affecting Earth? You know, they and I always talk about the domino effect. And that's how it is in physics. Something, there's an action. When there's an action, there's a reaction to something. What goes up must come down. You know what I mean? Not for nothing, they found out that gravity waves was actually a frequency that went up and down like a wave. 2016, they were able to tell us that with billions or trillions of dollars of investment. It's getting a little scary, the world, eh? Talking about new digital currencies. They're talking about Germany this winter, which in Europe, probably most of Europe, we're hearing that it's all at war and that they're not going to have any heat this winter. If I can suggest and help anyone here, you don't have to flip out if things are going to go down and electricity is going to go down there. Listen, primitive people used to live without electricity. I'm sure we can too. It's devastating. We don't feel clean. The water's not warm. Hard to wash in a shower. You know what I mean? We wonder why they used to take 3 showers a month or a week back in the day. Not for nothing, eh? Going outside, washing in the lake. Oh, fuck it. I'll wash tomorrow. No danger. I'm by myself in the woods. But it is important. Like I don't have any protection. I have little stupid things, but it's not so stupid. I have that I bought 3 or 4 years ago, $300 of firewood 4 years ago. I'm making little tiny fires out of that. But I have enough wood in my garage to maybe, if I was to make a fire right now and to start it burning, it probably burn for 4 or 5 days. So that means I have enough firewood to make 2 or 3 little fires a day if the electricity goes out. And those fires, just enough for me to boil coffee or to make some eggs and something, or, rice, soup. We can manage outside in a barrel or whatever, no matter how welfare it looks. If electricity goes down, that's what I'm looking at. Keep some big blankets and, In the winter, well, I'm sure here in Canada, even at -40, I wouldn't die. It would be horrendous and it would be freezing, but not enough to kill us. We'd be inside complaining and cold. So that's how I look at it. But I think it's important for you all to buy some firewood, invest in $300-$400, $400-$500 if you can of firewood, and then let it dry in a garage or just leave it outside in a tarp. It'll naturally dry with the wind and everything. And if something happens that you need the wood, well, you have the wood. I stocked up on a little bit of rice, didn't go all out. I got 2 big Ziploc bags of rice, that's all I got ahead of time, but probably should have done more than that. But honestly, when the electricity goes out, that's like, there's no two ways about it. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go outside, and it's as stupid as having just a simple grill that you can bring outside and an old pot and pan or something to make your cereal, coffee, whatever you want to do. Just like camping, whether you like camping or not, we're all going to survive. We'll try and encourage people. That's how I look at it. I'm much better, Stephen A. Thanks a lot, man. I was really upset when the channel went down for a week. Really upset because just that stupid week gave a big hit on the channel. But like I said, I have an amazing supportive community. Thanks for coming back all the time, you guys. I can't thank you all enough. That moon video is coming up, Stephen A. I'm going to make it right now, brother. I'm about 6 minutes into it. I got another 4 or 5 minutes to add to it, which won't be too long. And I hope you'll all be watching that. Carmen Payne, how's it going? Oh, yeah. Minnesota, 10-4. Thank you, Stephen A. Thanks for coming back, all you guys. Like Darla said, mentioning, and some of the mods. And I owe a lot of thanks to you all. And that's why I keep producing the videos. The kinder you all are to me, the more I feel that I owe you the videos. So keep it up. It's is that Beth? Beth, no, yes. How's it going? Thank you so much for the generous contributions, Beth. Appreciate that. Love you for it. Hi, guys. I wanted to say I have so she got a new puppy, but had to say hi to you all. Love you all. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks to you too, Beth. I love you so much. I hope everything's going okay. I hope your mom and everyone's doing okay. And now the puppy, keep us posted. I have to get a picture up on that in your channel. Get a video up of your dog. That sounds bad, eh? Beth, I love you for the amazing support, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. And thanks everyone for being here, for the amazing support. It was on a channel that was using magnets. Sorry, I'm just seeing these now, brother. Yeah, I saw on phys.org, they were talking about magnets, guys, to be able to see magnets, to have magnets that are, what did they say? Magnet phase separation, of course. Magnet phase separation, to be able to create oxygen. So they could be absolutely doing that in the moon also to create oxygen. 100%. Lisa, thank you so much. Beth, no, yes. All the mods, everything for the amazing support here. I really can't thank you enough. I love you for it, Lisa. And for the interest in the channel, for being in all my channels, you guys, just wow. Yeah, Darla, you tell him he's got to wait. Can't order pizza during a stream. Maybe he's going to share my link with the pizza guy. Guys, did you see? Thanks again, Lisa and everyone. Beth, did you see somebody in the news? I'm not freaking kidding you. Posted a piece of bloody pepperoni, but not pepperoni. It's an Italian sausage that's more red, and you have the fat in it, the white. And they listen. I saw the post. I don't know where it was, but it was funny. And they said, this is a picture of the sun taken from the James Webb Telescope. And the picture, I start looking at the picture, and I swear to you, when you look at the pepperoni, you go, wow, look at the sun. And then underneath it says, this is pepperoni. and then your eye just goes and you see the pepperoni. If your eyes are stumping you when you're looking on the moon and they tell you there's nothing there, and they tell you that the lines are ejecta lines and stuff, when your eyes look at the surface, you're not going to see anything. If somebody tells you there's buildings up there, maybe you're going to start looking between the lines and try to look for them, right? There either is or there isn't. You know how there's these videos where you go on someone's video and he says, check out the base, and you look at the image in the video, there's nothing there. I have that happen to me all the time. Guys, check it out. 3 buildings with another little circle at the back, and you look and you see nothing. That's why I try to get them a lot closer to be able to see them. I am going to have to get off, guys, because of my eye, but I'm happy I was able to make it this long. And I have Stephen A. and a couple of people waiting for the next moon video, which I'm going to get up way before midnight for sure. Way before. Ash Willis, how's it going? I really hope Beetlejuice goes supernova in my lifetime. For some crazy reason, I hope so too. Or hundreds of years ago, and the light reaches us in my lifetime. Now you're talking, Ash Willis. Yeah, maybe it happened, the explosion, like way before we were born, before our grandparents and ancestors were born, and now the light's just reaching us. They say there, the light, how did they say it? The particles that were moving so fast, faster than the speed of light, and they said that it was like subatomic light. Was it light particles or photons or whatever? I'm probably explaining this wrong, but they say that it was so devastatingly bright. It would be like billions of times brighter than the sun. Somebody that would have been there beside Beetlejuice when that happened, there would have been nobody left. And I'm telling you, maybe if there was a civilization in Orion, I mean, could it all have to do with the lights? Are you guys excited about the bloody Pentagon to speak out about the UFO report? We're going to see many UFO reports in our lifetime. And I'm going to take a guess that we're going to see 2 UFO reports before 2023. And in 2023, probably see another 3 to 6 UFO reports. So for those that don't know, they're trying to capture a UFO. They're trying to find out if it's a foreign or adversarial country. They say that they don't know that yet. And then you see all the war, China and everything with their styrofoam rockets now blasting all around Taiwan because they were upset because Nancy Pelosi went to Taiwan. Bunch of children. Very, very bad. I apologize to all the ones that I missed. If I missed any comments, but it's near impossible to see them all. From Alpha Kush all the way to Julie, Darla Lama, Carmen Payne. Thanks so much. I am Kai. I love you guys so much for the amazing support. Was it a traffic light? 111 in chat. Me at a traffic light. Turn left. Turn left, brother. Now I owe you Magnitude Matrix. Hello to you. Hey, Gate Smasher. Hey, I love you, bro. I promise I will, man. I'll be getting some bacon. I'll be thinking of you, man. I love you, man. And thanks for the generous contributions. Thanks for the time, Gate Smasher. Both you and Julie and all the mods that you guys spend here to help the channel, taking down the same porn link that we get every usually Friday. I'm insulted. I didn't see them this time, but again, for all the comments that I miss, I apologize. I'm off to make that video, Stephen A. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Thanks for the generous help and contributions. I promise to work extra hard for all the amazing support that you guys are giving me back. And thanks for coming back, guys. So if you see me disappear, go into the community post, the community tab, and I'll let you know what's going to go on. And if not, come and meet me on Patreon. Talk to you all very, very soon. Love you guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks, mods.